Hello, BTS lovers. Who would have thought that, in the midst of a busy military service filled with discipline and a busy schedule, a soldier could turn a military kitchen into an arena for culinary arts? This is the shocking story that took place in a South Korean military barracks, where Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, amazed the soldiers, including Jimin, his best friend and group mate. What surprise is Jungkook preparing behind his kitchen apron? Since entering the military, Jungkook has shown remarkable adaptability. In addition to undergoing intense physical and mental training, he often gets assignments as a cook for his colleagues. At first, this task seemed like an ordinary part of the military routine. However, what happened in the kitchen left everyone, including the senior soldiers, in awe. For BTS fans, Jungkook is known as a versatile person. However, his skills in the kitchen may not be widely known to the public. In the military, Jungkook proved that cooking is not only about filling an empty stomach, but also the art of touching the heart through taste. Armed with the skills he has honed over the years, Jungkook is able to turn simple ingredients into delicious and satisfying dishes. The soldiers in his barracks often praised Jungkook's cooking. In fact, some of them call the taste comparable to a high-end restaurant. The cuisine not only met the nutritional standards required by the soldiers, but also gave them a touch of home-cooked taste that made them feel more comfortable, even though they were away from their families. The big surprise came when Jimin, who was undergoing training at the same location, had the opportunity to taste Jungkook's cuisine. On that day, Barack was celebrating a special moment, and Jungkook was entrusted with preparing the main course. Excitedly, he prepares a special menu: spicy kimchi soup, Korean fried chicken, and perfectly arranged banchan, small side dishes. When the break came, Jimin, along with several fellow soldiers, decided to taste the dishes that were the talk of the barracks. However, what happened when the first spoon entered Jimin's mouth? The reaction was unexpected. Jimin looked surprised. He looked at the plate in front of him, then looked at Jungkook, who was standing near the table, with a shy smile. "Seriously, is this your food?" asked Jimin, still can't believe it. Jungkook nodded while scratching the back of his head, a habit he often does when feeling nervous. The taste of kimchi soup was so authentic, Jimin even admitted that it tasted better than the famous restaurants he had visited. The fried chicken served also has a perfect level of crispness, with spices that soak into the meat. The bancans Jungkook makes, from kimchi to pickled radishes, also taste balanced and complement the main course perfectly. "I knew Jungkook was talented, but I never thought he could cook like this. It tastes like professional cuisine," Jimin told his friends. Suddenly, the entire table burst into laughter and praise for Jungkook. Some soldiers even joked that Jungkook should have opened a restaurant after completing his military service. However, behind the laughter, Jimin felt something deeper. He felt proud to see Jungkook able to adapt well in the military environment. For Jimin, it's not just about his cooking skills, but also about how Jungkook shows his dedication and hard work, even in small things like cooking. When asked how he could cook so well, Jungkook humbly replied that he learned from his mother. "I used to help my mom in the kitchen. From there I learned how to mix spices and make good dishes," said Jungkook. He also admitted that cooking became a way for him to reduce stress and feel closer to home, despite being in a harsh military environment. Not only that, Jungkook also often sought inspiration from cooking videos on the internet before joining the military. He says that trying new recipes gives him a sense of satisfaction, especially when people like the results of his cooking. Jungkook's story is proof that talent never stops developing, even in unexpected places like military barracks. Many fans are starting to imagine Jungkook opening a restaurant after completing his military service. Some even joked that the restaurant could be named Golden Chef, in honor of his nickname. For Jimin, this experience provides sweet memories during a challenging training period. "Maybe after I finish my military service, I will often eat at Jungkook's restaurant. If the food is as good as this, I'm willing to stand in long lines," said Jimin with a laugh. The brief encounter between Jimin and Jungkook in the military kitchen is an unforgettable moment for both of them. In the midst of a grueling routine, they find ways to support and inspire each other. Jungkook cuisine is not only a source of energy for the body, but also a boost of vivacity for everyone who tastes it. This story is a reminder that even in the most difficult situations, such as serving in the military, one can still find a way to express oneself and bring happiness to others. Jungkook has proven that he is not only a talented idol, but also an individual who is able to adapt and shine anywhere, even in the military kitchen. So, if one day you hear about a new restaurant run by a famous former idol, don't be surprised if the owner's name is Jungkook. After all the praise he got, maybe that's the new chapter that awaits him after the draft is over. Ready to try the cuisine? After that shocking moment, Jimin and Jungkook often spent time together in the kitchen when they had free time. Jimin, who initially only came to taste the cuisine, began to show interest in learning to cook from Jungkook. "I don't want to lose, especially if there's a cooking competition in the barracks," Jimin joked while wearing an apron given by Jungkook. Jungkook, with his patience, began teaching Jimin the basic steps of cooking, starting from cutting the ingredients correctly, tasting the flavors, to the cooking techniques he has learned. However, the moment was more than just a cooking lesson. Behind every joke and laugh, there is a growing sense of friendship between them. Stories about Jungkook's cooking skills soon spread throughout the barracks. Not a few soldiers deliberately signed up to help in the kitchen just so they could learn from Jungkook or just taste his cooking. In fact, some of the more senior soldiers began to praise Jungkook as one of the best assets in their barracks. "We may have lost an idol in the entertainment world, but here we have a talented cook," said one soldier proudly. There is also a funny story about a soldier who asked Jungkook for a secret recipe to give to his wife when he returned home. Jungkook humbly gives simple recipes, while reminding that good cuisine is not only about ingredients and techniques, but also about the goodwill put into between cooking activities. There is a moment where Jungkook and Jimin talk about their lives before enlistment. They reminisce about their world tour days with BTS, busy schedules, and unforgettable memories with ARMY. However, they also talked about how this period of conscription gave them a new perspective. Jungkook confessed that cooking helped him feel closer to himself. "When I cook, I feel in complete control. I can create something that makes other people happy, and that makes me feel satisfied," she said. Jimin, who was listening seriously, nodded in agreement. "I think this is your way of showing love, Kook. You always have a way of making people around you feel appreciated, whether with your cooking, your song, or your attitude." Jimin's statement made Jungkook smile. Behind the cheerful and humble attitude, there is a deep gratitude for having a friend like Jimin who always supported him, even in the midst of the pressure of conscription. Behind all these stories, there is a message Jungkook wants to convey, that talent and dedication can be found anywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Whether on stage or in the kitchen, Jungkook still shows that hard work and love for what he does is the key to success. For the soldiers in the barracks, Jungkook was not just a talented cook. He is a friend, an inspiration, and a reminder that every moment in life, even the seemingly simple, can be an opportunity to create something extraordinary. Will the world see Jungkook shine again on stage or in a professional kitchen? Only time will tell. For sure, whatever he chooses, Jungkook will always be golden in every step of his life.